Welcome, Scorpio, Sagittarius, to your in-month reading for September. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Let's see what's going on with you, my friends. Next message, please, for Scorpio, Sagittarius. Scorpio, Sagittarius. Message for Scorpio. What you are thinking, feeling, or the energy surrounding you. We have Three of Pentacles. Might feel like somebody's keeping you on a pedestal. That's really what it feels like. It could be at work with the coins over here. So at work, you might feel like these people are watching you, keeping you on a pedestal. Maybe you're keeping yourself on a pedestal. Let's see what's going on. Maybe you're trying to keep yourself there so you can get to the higher levels, right? Let's see. No matter what, it feels like they're all watching you. Moving on. Yeah. They might be watching you move up the ladder or watching you move on from the job. They're watching you do something, guys. What are you doing? So you get a promotion. Blossoming, it's blossoming, yeah. It's almost like they were watching you. Spread your wings. Wow. And trust. They're watching you progress. That's really what's going on. I feel like I don't know, I'm looking at the spotted one over here, and I don't know, I just feel like maybe somebody is a little envious of you because you are moving on. Maybe you got a promotion, something that is making your life blossom around you, whether it's at work, in a life, it could be your friends, but they're watching you grow. I'm just going to keep it very general. I see anxiety and angst within that person. That's the person we're going to use. Could be some jealousy, some enviousness over here as you're putting yourself on the pedestal, as you're moving on, blossoming, making more money. Something is going on, but I feel angst and anxiety over here from this person. A little jealousy, envious. Look at Scorpio, Sagittarius over here making all this money. Look at them put themselves on a pedestal. It's almost like they think that maybe you put yourself on a pedestal to be better than them. That's how the feeling is. I don't feel like that's what it was, though. You did it for yourself. You didn't do it to make them jealous, right? But it's just, that's the way they're feeling. Oh, you think you're better? I don't know. I just feel like this person has so much angst. You think you're better than me. Like I said, whether it's at home, a friend, at work, it's just because you spread your wings and you wanted to take the better choice. Maybe you, like I said, maybe some of you did get a promotion to a higher job. Maybe you know, if you work at the grocery store, maybe you were stocking, and now you're the cashier, and the other stockers, like, you know, well, you think you're somebody big now because you're a cashier, you know, something like that. Of course, that's not your story. You can throw it away, right? But definitely you're flying and you're going up this rainbow bridge over here with these beautiful new choices and these new opportunities coming towards you in the recent past. So it was like, I know where I'm going to go and I know what path I want, and I'm choosing to do so. And I'm going there, and you're united. And it does feel like you have the support system around you. So whoever you're working with, it could be the boss or whoever, was uniting themselves with you. Right? Definitely could be a boss. King of Wands. And this is really giving you back the control and the authority that you need. Sorry, they're very loud. Yes, putting the ball back into your court. I was thinking if I speak a little louder, they know I'm reading, so they'll be quiet. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, and then you have the Ace of Coins. So the Ace of Coins, or the Ace of Cups, excuse me. Yeah, you're probably going to get Ace of Coins over here in a minute. With the Ace of Cups, it's because you're moving to where you know this is the right choice. right? And it feels like somebody has given you the choice to make. There was this conversation and this unity between the two of you to make this, and you took it. And boy, they don't like it. So the blossoming over here, it's like you're making more money. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're moving on to bigger, better things. You decided to move on over here to the bigger, better choice. Really making your days brighter. You could have this Leo over here, which could definitely be a fire sign, challenging you all the time. Always challenging you. Because they see your cycles changing, they see your life is changing, they see you blossoming, they see you getting better things, they see you moving forward in a better way. Yeah, definitely a Leo. Okay, Leo. I would say Leo. I'm going to say Leo. But they see you as more courageous and more inspired by this new opportunity that you have. But they do feel challenged. They feel, because of the envy, right? It just feels envious. Looks like they're blinded by any happiness that you have because, you know, envy makes the green-eyed monster of jealousy. And they just totally became that. Oh, yeah. Trying to become your enemy when it felt like they were your friend. You got a friend of me, right? Why do you want to not be happy for me? Now, there's a lot of jealousy. So it does feel like they're conflicting the situation by their condescending talk. Maybe they condescend you a lot. Pushing themselves up against you, saying things like, oh, you think, like I said before, you think I'm better, you think you're better than me. I keep hearing that. And even if they haven't said it, I swear they're thinking it. It feels like they were kind of codependent on your relationship, and if you were at work, they were kind of codependent on you guys working together. Maybe you both were, you know, working close to hand, or maybe you guys were always hanging out at this time or that time. You get a new job, something of the nature. But it does feel like there was this codependency with this other person to be close to you, and it feels like they feel like you kind of moved away from them. Now there's that moving on, kind of moved kind of past them, away from them. You're not as close as you were. It could be all in their head. Maybe you didn't really go anywhere except for just making better money, having a better job, better position, something of this nature. Feeling happy about a situation. Maybe you have a new love. Maybe that's all it is, and they feel like the third wheel. Something of this nature, but it makes them feel very unstable inside. They don't feel like they have, there's a lot of insecurities within them about whatever happened here. I don't know what the heck. And you're just like, everything's going to be okay. But they felt that everything was fine the way it was until this moving on happened to whatever made them either feel like a third wheel or felt that you moved away. So they are going to be very condescending. Like I said, even if they don't speak it, you might see it in the face. Facial expression. It's always that challenge mode. Trust. You're just taking the leap of faith for your prosperities over here with the Queen of Coins. Just keep moving up. Beautiful over here. You know, and you just feel very simple about the whole thing. There's a simplicity to you. You don't feel like you really, there's no ego over here. I don't see where you're making them feel like you're better than them or any of that. I don't see any of that. The only thing that I see is you feel like you are in a power place of keeping the ball in your court and making yourself, you know, into a better person of the Ace of Cups. And like, now I have the power to do things, right? But over here is just like taking the leap of faith for the simplistic pieces of life to have my prosperities, right? I've been manifesting this, and you feel like you have the intentions to do so. Separating yourself from the past of a place that wasn't really moving. There was no moving on. There was no nothing. It was just delay, stagnant, and wasn't moving in the direction you wanted. So, you know, you've now put yourself into a place that has action, that's actually taking place and moving, and you feel good about that. This person doesn't have any inner strength, but they want to have the authority because of the fear of losing you. So this other person feels like they're losing you somehow or another. So they have to be someone close. It can't just be just some coworker, right? It can't just be somebody. It has to feel like it's somebody who felt that, you know, you're important to them. Not just like Susie who sits in, you know, desk A and she's like, oh, you think you're so good. Now we have those people, but this isn't one, right? This is one that actually felt like, you know, we're in it to win it together, you know, we stalk together, you know, and I'm codependent on you to hand me a box of milk and then I'd stalk it up, right? Something of this nature. But they are very insecure about this and they do feel like you took the authority away and they're very fearful of losing any kind of contact with you. So they're persistently kind of on your butt about this, kind of in a nagging, negative way. Definitely nagging, negative. Look at that with the judgment call. Just bad talk. And it's like, how are you going to keep this? Wow, if you're not nurturing the situation. But they don't seem to really have any hopes and dreams or anything for themselves. So it's kind of sad because they don't really manifest or do the things that you do to get to this place. So it's almost like, well, if you wanted something and you wanted to move on to get something bigger and better for yourself, you need to take the reins of your life and try to manifest and stuff. And they're guilty of not manifesting, of not doing the things that you did or taking that action. So they're making themselves stuck, but it's kind of sad because they wanted you to stay stuck with them. So as you continue to move on in the near future, they just feel like they keep losing the grips and reins of your friendship, of your everything, right? But they're guilty of not having any real true dreams. They're just keeping themselves, you know, as stock boy. Why don't you dream of being a cashier? Why don't you go after that cashier? It's almost to the point, it looks like you guys, without having what they need, right? Without having what they need, it's like they wouldn't even go after the cashier job. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like they're just hum-hoing it themselves. But they want you to stay there too. It's like kind of like the misery loves company type of thing in its own way. But they seem to just enjoy being where they are, but they want you to stay with them and you have better plans, right? So take it how it resonates, but yeah, that's how they feel. And they're going to kind of bring that out in the near future. Because it feels like they want to kind of argue with you the point of, you know, because they see you as guilty, but they're also guilty of not having dreams and going after their own stuff. But they also want to make you guilty and feel guilty for kind of leaving them out in the cold, is really what it feels like. Okay, so yeah, but it's going to take a lot, and that's just because they have this fear of you moving away from them. Might even be a love relationship, who knows, right? It's going to be different for everybody. But definitely they do feel like you're moving on to someplace bigger, better, and you're in the spotlight somehow. Okay, so take that how it resonates, and until next time, my friends, peace and love. Bye-bye.